That's a good question. So why can't I do a HELOC or some sort of loan to pull out 100% of the value of my house? Put yourself in the shoes of the lender, and let's look at it from that perspective. Why are we limited to 70% LTV, loan to value? Maybe 80%. Lately, though, a lot of lenders have been wanting 60% for investor properties, 60% LTV, which means you'd have to bring 40% of the property's value as cash. Your skin in the game. Well, right now, the market is right here. And it used to be down here 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, it was down here, and then it skyrocketed in the US to be way up here. People who don't have a lot of faith in the current value of houses believe that it's going to do this, maybe this, who knows? So lenders are wanting to take a more secure position. And if the house is this much value, and right now they believe this is inflated, they believe there's a balloon or a bubble that's about to pop. When it pops, the value of houses drops to here. Well, investors are being required in a lot of cases to bring 40% of the property's purchase price, whether that's the true value or not. So 40% of $100,000, just for simple math, is $40,000. So if you're buying a $100,000 property, they're going to say you need to bring 40,000 of that, so that our skin in the game is 60% of the value of the property. That way, if it drops in value, up to 40% drop because of market conditions, and you can't make payments, we can still sell the house and recover our funds. That's the lender's position. That's why lenders require skin in the game. That's why they don't lend 100% loan to value. They'll lend typically 70 plus or minus percent loan to value. In a normal market, in an appreciating market, one that's still going up, they'll do 80% loan to value, saying, hey, you only have to bring 20% to the table because we believe the market is strong. And if something happens and you're unable to pay, then your 20% is the loss in case it goes to auction, because auctions are generally cheaper than sticker price. So if it auctions for less than what the retail value is, at least we're getting paid in full. You paid us interest for a couple of years. You stopped making payments. It's your own loss, not ours. That's our position as lenders. We want you to take the risk. That's why you're required to put 5 or 20, 30% down. Now, if you go less than 20%, it's now a high risk loan. And generally you fall into a loan that has PMI or MIP, and it's called different things, but it's mortgage insurance premium. So MIP in this case, and you pay mortgage insurance. So you pay anywhere from $50 to $200 plus or minus. Those are not solid numbers on top of your monthly mortgage payment, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, and mortgage insurance now, because you brought less than 20% as a home buyer in cash. FHA loans go as low as 3.5%. So to buy a $100,000 property, you need $3,500 in the bank, plus some closing costs. That's pretty flippin' cheap. But guess what? You're going to pay an extra $150 a month in mortgage insurance premiums to cover for the high risk nature of your loan. And all the FHA buyers or borrowers are subsidizing one another by chipping into this like group insurance plan, because 1 in 4 FHA loans goes into default. Surprise, you made high risk loans and 25% of them go into default and have to go to auction. And so FHA, the Federal Housing Authority, is providing group insurance against those. And the U.S. federal government is subsidizing by saying, lenders, go ahead and take that high risk. If you qualify a borrower under these rules and conditions, if they meet all these guidelines, you can go ahead and issue them a loan of up to 96.5% of the value of the property. And if they default, we'll pay back the difference in your loss. You auction it and we'll pay the difference in any losses. We will insure you as the lender against any losses for defaults that you have to go to auction, for which you don't get paid back in full. And so the mortgage insurance premium for each of these buyers goes into that pool to help pay for the other buyers who suck at paying, because you just jumped in a pool with a bunch of other high risk people. That's the FHA loan program. Now, there are conventional loans as well that go down to as low as 5%. I've also heard 3%. I don't think I've seen one, but as low as 5%. And you also get mortgage insurance premium. But the FHA insurance premium will never go away. That's for the life of the loan until you refinance or sell. The conventional drops off, and this is what Caleb Christopher did, was I got a conventional loan for the house I'm in right now with a 5% down payment. I bought the house for $290. 5% of that was my cash out of pocket at close as a down payment. I was a high risk borrower because I didn't have much skin in the game. Now, that was right at the beginning of the market appreciation recently. That was in 2019. And so when the market value appreciated significantly, I've got a house valued at $400,000. That example I gave you earlier, guess who owes $255? Me. So I've got a lot of equity in this house, not because I paid a stink ton, but because the market got stupid. Well, now I'm at better than 70-30 loan to value. So I call my mortgage lender and say, hey, I would like you to remove the insurance premium because now there's more than 30% equity in the property. You're pretty safe and secure. Can we knock off the mortgage insurance premium? Mine was $87.50 per month. I paid that for 3 years. I finally paid some fee for some broker to come out and take a look at the house, walk around and be like, yeah, I'd put this place at $400,000. I think it could sell for $400,000. Therefore, if my debt's $255, that's well under the 70% LTV threshold, and the mortgage insurance premium was removed. And so now I'm saving $87.50 a month, which I spend on diapers. So that's the LTV ratio. That's why lenders want you to have skin in the game, because they want your skin to be the one that gets shaved off when you default and something has to go to auction. And they want all their money back. It has to do that. Any questions?